kind of like our own, the secret sauce, how we can like really do our best to really win the game of curiosity conversations on networking. I don't want to go into details, but earlier, like the LinkedIn conversation, it's all about the branding, right? It's all about the branding. So let's say that you are on LinkedIn or you are not on LinkedIn, but you're on LinkedIn and you have only like the 50 people, in your, the connection list. That's a huge miss. And I'm telling you, is because you need to ask yourself this question: how many professionals in the field that I'm trying to get in or I'm in know who really I am? So I'm asking that question to myself. How many people know me? After I joined TJHU, maybe my connection level is not growing, is because I've been, again, I told you, very active on LinkedIn, but the people reaching out to me through, like really direct DM and such. Hey, can we meet and can we have conversations such? So when you're growing in your career, I believe that you're gonna be like getting more attraction, but the branding is important. So that's about like two ways. This is how I'm gonna be sharing with you. Normally people think that the branding is, the other's perception and then how others value you. And then if they really aware of your brand, but I'm gonna change that or reframe it to the another way around as well. So how are you perceiving your own brand? How are you valuing your own brand? And then are you aware of your brand? Or are you aware of that you need a little bit more the progress or development, to really get the stellar brand, the brand that everyone will be valuing, right? So it's very important: perception, awareness, value. And then that doesn't have to be just you as a subject, but your connections as a subject. So this is what we're gonna do together. And I want every single one of you to do that. And then it's super easy, right? So the function, which is the job role, I want you right now really quickly in 10, 15 seconds, to write down the roles, three functions that you want to get in. Like for instance, let's say that you want to be a data analyst, put that, or you made it generic analyst as a role, or you want to be PM, project manager, you want to be a communication manager, right? I want you to get three things that you want to get in: the job role, the title, whatever. And I'm giving you 10, 15 seconds. Again, we're going to go very quick. What is that, the job that you want to get in, the title, which is called function? What we're doing is pretty much creating our FIG scenarios. Function, industry, geography, which we are not going to spend much time with the geography. Okay, I believe 10, 15 seconds is done. If you want to share on the chat box, please do so. If you don't want to, then keep it yourself. That's good, because it's for you, not for me. Right now, I want you to, for each function, to put the industry that you really want to work at. What is that industry? I want to get in the industry of the fintech, the entertainment, education, and ed tech. Maybe the finance, maybe the IT and technology. I don't know, like whatever that looks like, but you have to match it. First one, I want to be a data analyst with Amazon, okay? Where you see Amazon is in the industry. Is that the IT? Is that whatever, like entertainment, whatever that is? Just match it. Another 10, 15 seconds. For every single function, you need to have an industry. If you are married with just one single industry, that's okay for me. This is your FIG scenario. You don't have to come up with 3 different industries. But again, I really want to challenge you in this, the 1 minute or so, when we're discussing what FIG is and how powerful like these 2-3 minutes exercise could be actually. Perfect. So hopefully you all have, I'm not going to spend more time with the geography, but just to challenge you why it's important to, okay, I want to be a data analyst, and then the industry is the IT tech, but why I want to know the geography is because if you like really married with the idea of the remote work, hey, I want to just work remotely, then pretty much you're narrowing down perhaps like some of your, the choices as you go on the way, which we're going to discuss shortly. Right now, this is what I want you to do. For each function and industry, I want you to get with 3. Don't even worry about, the 5. But again, you have to do 3, 5 as you go. But for now, for this exercise, what are the 3 competitive advantages that you have, but I do not have? So if you both applying for the data analyst role with the Amazon, why you're going to get the job based on those 3, 5 competitive advantages that you have, but not me. What are those? Again, look at the examples, fintech experiences, because this is the fintech industry, data analytics, because this is the analyst role. And then I have the programming and tools and expertise. I know how to use R, the Python, SQL, and such. Or let's talk about the communication manager. It's like a little bit different than perhaps in the entertainment. I want to work with the Netflix. I want to work with the YouTube, however that looks like, the Disney, right? Then digital media management experience I have, social media experience I have, or expertise. And then I know how to use the technology like Adobe Premium, blah, 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 right? And then with the PM role. So again, please write down 3 to 5. I mean, right now for 3. We don't even need 4 or 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And no one is sleeping. That's awesome. It's 2 minutes and everyone is paying attention. I mean, one of the happiest day in my life. That's awesome. Thank you. So here is the question then before I move forward. Please make empathy. Please make empathy with the hiring managers. Let's say in this first case, we said Amazon, the hiring manager, Mark Savage. The Mark is with the Amazon hiring manager, the team lead for the data team. And then he's looking at your resume. He's gonna be having conversation with you, the curiosity conversation, maybe the interview. I'm doing this is because this is not just about the curiosity conversation. Your resume should speak through the competitive advantages. In the interview, you have to speak through the lens of competitive advantages. Do you think that you're gonna get Mark's attention if you say you have a X experience, Y, and then Z tools and the expertise and such? Okay, so you know what we're doing? By doing this, like really in advance, before even you developing your resume, you just like putting yourself in an amazing spot. You already know your brand. Hey, I'm a life designer. I'm an expert with mentoring. And then I'm all about the international students. That's pretty much. If you ask someone, I believe Heather and Mark, you will say these 3 about me. Say yes. Come on, say yes.
Absolutely.
Am I forcing my team to say yes? No. Okay, so I'm kidding. So that's all right. If you go my LinkedIn and then if you look at my headline, so Yassi Kurt, and what is the headline? There are, I believe, 5 keywords, but you're gonna see these 3. Yassi is about mentoring, life design, and international student coaching. So this is super important. So your competitive advantage should be something that not necessarily in this case, maybe Mark and Heather, they have unique, the skill sets and then experience and such, but not necessarily maybe Mark and Heather, have the strong or extensive experience with international students, but me. This is how I'm like differentiating myself from, the other 2 people that perhaps be applying to the same job. Hopefully that is making sense. But what is really the competitive advantages? What could be? It could be unique training, education experiences. It could be the projects that you led, and then like something that very initiative and very innovative that no one like really, has that experience. Maybe you can speak other languages, right? You have maybe technical skills, and then also the life and success skills. This should be the combination of everything. 3 to 5, you have to be mindful. It doesn't have to be just the technical, the tools and experience. But again, this last piece is super important as well, life and success skills. But why is this important? Why we have to know our fixed scenario? Why like we talking about branding? And then why like really these competitive advantages like for us, are all important for in terms of like really the networking and curiosity conversation. Guess what? Is because the way you presenting yourself, the way you really showcasing your brand will be the key factor when you're reaching out to people like Mark mentions, like some of those earlier. If you reach out to me, hey, Yasser, I want to speak about X, and I will be like, I don't have any insight about that. It's because that's not about the mentoring, that's not about the life design, that's not about international student, that's not about coaching, that's not about, like you talking about, I don't know, something that I have no clue about. So that's important. I believe that some of the cases, you may feel like, the person or these 2 people outside of that conversation, not just like really perhaps the us or whoever in this situation being an introvert, and I don't know how to be part of that conversation. I'm scared. There's a fear, blah, blah, blah. But also like really reaching out to people and asking them for the curiosity conversations, right? Or you reach out to the person so-and-so, and then they were like, so nice to spend with you the 15, 20 minutes, but really you don't know how to carry the conversation. Why you don't know is because you don't know your the function, the industry, and your why you want to be a data analyst, why you want to work with Amazon, and then what is like that 3-5 things that you can impress me in the 15, 10 minutes, in this case, Mark, as a hiring manager, or you reaching out to JHU alumni working with Amazon, right? That is super duper important. So, and then it's not going to be intimidating at all. It's because you know what you're talking about. So the steps